huge benefit to finding out about Bitcoin is how it frees up your time. Because as someone who's not in the financial industry and who doesn't know how the markets work intricately, it's very intimidating, number one, to try and figure out where to put your money. And that is such an important concept is where to put your money, because it's not just where to put your money, it's where you're putting your life force. Money essentially represents your energy. It represents your life force. So you put all these hours in at work and you sacrifice your life force. It's a huge thing knowing where to be able to store it safely over time. You want to be able to access that all that life force you put in. You want to be able to access it later. If it's in a leaky bucket, if it's in the melting ice cube, then your life force is basically melting away.
It is a scarce thing, the time you spend
Yeah.
working, and you want it to mean something. And instead, you just feel like it's getting depleted and it's losing its meaning.
That loss of meaning is a really important concept too. That's part of the awakening that I had with this. I call it the Bitcoin awakening. So it's the first part of the awakening is figuring out how the fiat money system works and how rigged the system is and how inflation is theft. And we're living in this system of debt-based slavery, essentially. It's like modern day slavery. So that's the first part of the awakening. But then once you start thinking in those terms, then it spills over into all other aspects of your life. And so for me, working in medicine as a doctor, it spilled into how I think about my job. And when I started to see how the medical industry is not what it appears to be on the surface, how it really is just about profits at the end of the day. It's not about the well-being of the patient. And you see how the whole system is just designed to keep people dependent. It's not about fixing the root cause. It's just about giving Band-Aid solutions that benefit the pharmaceutical industry. So the incentives are just misaligned throughout the entire industry. The insurance industry, the pharmaceutical industry, the food industry. So getting back to your point about the meaning, I realized that I'm essentially just a pawn in this fiat machine. Whereas before I thought of myself as a doctor and a healer and I'm helping people. I realized after I had this Bitcoin awakening that I'm really just a cog in the machine and just doing what these fiat overlords want me to do. I'm actually part of the system because I wasn't questioning it. When patients would come in, I would essentially just give them the medication that the pharmaceutical industry taught my medical school to teach me to give to the patients. I was never taught about root cause healing or natural remedies. And that's very disillusioning. It takes away all of the meaning from my life path because I sacrificed so much time studying and going to residency and medical school. Looking back, it's very disillusioning to know that all of that schooling was essentially training me and indoctrinating me to just be a part of this fiat system.